Welcome to the notes on adding and subtracting rational expressions. And in this section, it's all going to be with a common denominator, all right, or common denominator. So remember, when you're adding or subtracting fractions, you need to have that common denominator. So take a look at this example right here. Again, something that we've seen before. 6/5 plus 2/5. What does that equal? Well, once you have a common denominator, which in this case, it's the same denominator, which is 5, all you've got to then do is just add up or combine the numerators. So 6 plus 2 is 8/5. That would be correct answer. A lot of people make the mistake when they add these up, they want to add the denominators as well and get 10. That is not correct, all right? You want to keep it the same just like we did here. So once we know, hey, common denominators, they just stay the same, just combine the top. Take a look at this example. We've got our common denominator of x plus 2. Okay, so that means we just combine 9 plus 3, and that's 12. Can this reduce? Cannot reduce that because the x plus 2 is together. So there's your final answer. A couple more examples I'm going to show you. We'll go through this pretty quick. All right, again, common denominator. All right, it's going to equal 2n. On top, all right, we have 5m plus m. So 5m plus m, when we combine that, we get 6m over 2n. This is something we can reduce. We can reduce the 6 and the 2 because we can divide each by a 2. All right, we can divide it out by the common factor. So that would be a 1, and this would be a 3. So our final answer then would be 3m over n. There you go. Okay, that's addition. Now on to subtraction. The only thing different, all right, obviously we need that common denominator. Always got to have that common denominator, which in this case can be 2y minus 7. With subtraction, this negative sign, all right, I'll get that in red for it. This negative sign has to be distributed to every term in the numerator. Now, in this case, it's just the one number, but that's where most mistakes are made. So when I combine these, I'm going to have 2y, and then it's going to be minus 7. Those can't combine, so it stays like that. All right, now what do you notice? It's the same terms, rational expression on top and bottom, numerator and denominator, so we can cancel that out. And that, again, doesn't equal 0. It equals 1. Same thing, numerator, denominator equals 1. So your final answer would be 1. Let's take a look at one more example. This is our most steps for this example. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this 3x squared plus 2x over x minus 1. All right, now we've got a negative here. Again, that has to get distributed to every term inside or in the numerator, right? That follows. So this is going to become a negative 10x plus 5 over x minus 1. So now when I combine these, all right, it's going to equal, we know we're going to have x minus 1, and then we just combine our like terms. So we're going to have a 3x squared. All right, I've got like terms here. I've got a plus 2x and minus 10x, so it becomes minus 8x, and then I've got my plus 5. So am I done? No. All right, this right here, we've got a trinomial. Anything that can be factored, we need to factor. So that can be factored using that tic-tac-toe method that we've been using. So we put the 3x squared here, we put the 5, we multiply across, we get 15x squared. Now we have to ask ourselves, what multiplies to 15x squared, but it has to add up to this negative 8x. Well, that's going to be negative 5x, negative 3x. Negative times a negative is positive, and that obviously adds up to negative 8x. Now, we come over to this column over here, all right? What multiplies to 3x? Well, it's 3x and 1x, but we got to make sure to line it up correctly. 3x needs to go to the bottom because times negative 1 is negative 3x, and then our x, or if you want to call it 1x times negative 5, is negative 5x. And just to check, negative 1 times negative 5 does equal positive 5. So our answer is the x minus 1 right here, and then 3x minus 5. So we want to rewrite that. So we're going to put that as 3x minus 5 times x minus 1. And that's all over x minus 1. You can see now we've got these two factors will cancel out, and our final answer will just be 3x minus 5. So there you have the lesson on adding and subtracting rational expressions with common denominators.